Monday, and thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. Good evening.
Alô, amigos do canal DM7. Agora vamos aqui ao vivo aqui com NBA 2k25 no My NBA com o time do Cleveland Cavaliers. Essa é a terceira rodada.
And the Los Angeles Lakers. Then on Friday, they'll defend home
Time
court
comandado
against the
por
Orlando Magic.
And that game against the Bucks, that will be game number 8 on the schedule for them. Starting to get into the full swing of things by then.
Olha a fera aí, o pistolinha.
Jared Vanderbilt. Then it's Darius Garland. Then there's Ja Morant. And it's Gobert in at the 5 spot. And for New York, Kevin Durant is out there with DeAndre Ayton. Then it's Halliburton. Then there's C.J. McCollum. Well, Doris, we got a clash at the 5 spot here tonight. Can't wait to see these centers go at it.
B.A., there was once a point in history where we were talking about is the 5-man phased out of the game, and all of a sudden now you have several MVPs who occupy the
Cameron para os seus 2 primeiros pontos.
Going to be a special matchup tonight.
I mean, just an agile move by Morant down low, working around the contact and getting it to go.
And he gets the bucket.
What energy on the offensive boards. The defense can't match the effort, and they paid the price.
Now here's Morant. In his last outing, 10 points for him.
O Gobert errando ali o arremesso.
Halliburton outside. Pass to Durant. Ayton with a screen. Durant's shot is off.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
And here's Connect outside. And Ayton pulls it down.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
And Allie LaForce spoke with Tom Thibodeau. Allie.
5-2 para New York. Olá, Jabaré. Para 2 pontos e a falta.
Coach thinks intelligent offense is what it takes to beat Gobert. Back to you.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie. Well, Grant, all the high hopes Knicks fans have had in recent years, they have finally come to fruition.
Yeah, it really was good to see the Knicks have a great campaign last year. From the players to the coaches to the front office and the fans. They've pressed all the right buttons.
2 pontos. 3 pontos. Dessa vez mais um no lance livre. Empatamos 5-5. Kevin Durant.
This is where roster construction truly matters in the league. That's the size and reach of Kevin Durant at the rim. Yes, sir.
Over to the wing. Garland for 3.
Garland para 3 pontos.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Here's Halliburton. Oh, and the jam by Ayton.
Well, you have to love DeAndre Ayton's effort, intensity, and relentlessness as a rebounder.
And here's Connect outside. And it's New York with a rebound. They're moving on after
Segundo arremesso é aquele. Não tá bom.
hands of the Pacers.
Yeah, the issue in that one was simple. They didn't hit the glass. They got bullied and outworked.
Well, the numbers back up that assertion, no doubt about it. And sometimes it's about, hey, we've got to get on the glass and make sure
errou a bandeja.
all night long. They didn't do that.
That is good.
Now here's Halliburton. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against Indiana. Takes the 3 and connects
Para
with the
3
3.
pontos.
Shot for Connect.
Dalton Kenneth.
Long-range missiles.
Back to Halliburton. Goes up from the top of the key. Vanderbilt pulls it in.
Boy, he was wide open. You wonder, did he overthink it? That's a missed opportunity.
And stolen.
Perdeu a bola Ja Morant. Contra-ataque com Kevin Durant.
A shot from the mid-range.
Aí ele não erra, né?
Durant's got his second bucket on the night.
Now forget the analytics. If KD's shooting it, I'll take it all
Ja
day.
Morant.
And Kenny Atkinson has
pistolinha.
called a timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust.
Vou colocar o Bogdanovic. Dalton Kenneth. Eu gosto dele para fazer arremesso de 3, mas ele erra muito também. Vamos deixar ele mais um pouco.
You're looking at the best in free throw shooting last year in the NBA. Bogdanovich third.
Very steady at the line. He's a guy who isn't rattled easily, and that shows in his free throw shooting numbers.
Garland against Paul. Outside Bogdanovich. Fires the three. Cleveland again missing.
E ele erra o primeiro arremesso.
Paul who brings up the ball for the New York Knicks. This their first chance to take a look at Cleveland this season.
Last year, this team got the better of them in the season series, so they're looking to correct that.
And Ayton gets it to go.
That's a determined scorer right there. DeAndre Ayton showing a little toughness on the interior finish.
Bogdanovich
para 2 pontos. Placar empatado 3-13.
Outside Durant.
Kevin Durant errou.
Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
And it's Garland on the drive. Bogdanovich from
Bogdanovich para 3 pontos.
Bogdanovich has got 5 points.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
Aí ficou fácil, né? Abriu uma avenida para ele.
Oh, that was nasty. A two-hand mega slam.
Man, I don't think anyone was going to stop him there. Three-pointer, Halliburton. Oh, no good on the last second.
Termina o primeiro quarto 16-15 para o Cavs. Apenas ponto de vantagem.
Let's take a quick break, and then it's on to the second. And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here.
Vai sair para
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Cavaliers.
Well, they found a groove, and it's from distance, so knocking them down from the three-point land never hurts.
Yeah, what an excellent display of passing in the early stages of this game. A good deal of their points coming directly off quality passes.
On the court for the Cavaliers, Bogdanovich is out there with Ja Morant. Then it's Duncan Robinson. Then it's Buddy Hield. And it's Looney in at the center position. And Doris, who can forget the 2016 Cavs? The team that
won
huge
para 3 pontos.
And not just basketball. The city hadn't won a championship, BA, in any sport for over 50 years. And for LeBron, a homegrown talent, to do that with Kyrie, that is a team that will always have a special place in Northeast Ohio lore.
Looney with the ball. And it's Paul picking him up. Looney passes to Robinson, and that's good. His first
Robinson.
And they're building on their lead, doing whatever they can to blow this game open.
One of the things they're doing is identifying favorable matchups and then going at them.
And we'll have a timeout called by Tom Thibodeau. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. McCollum, he's checked in for New York. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Clark with the screen. And C.J. McCollum good for 3. McCollum's got himself on the board with a 3 there.
With confidence and ability from long range, I love it. McCollum's able to space the floor and keep the defense honest.
Knicks trail by 5. Clark right side. Outside Barnes. Off the mark there with a 3. For Cleveland, they've gotten 3 of 4 field goals in the second quarter. Here's Bogdanovich. And clears it away.
And for him, that's a great look. Expect him to go right back to it if it's available.
No doubt. Very good play call, good execution. Sometimes it just doesn't fall. Listen, you give a good shooter that kind of look, and it's going to go in.
Morant with it. He's picked up by Barnes.
Chamora.
New York has gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. Pass to Clark. Fires for 3. Ja Morant grabs a miss. Cleveland leading by 3. Robinson on the wing. There's the triple. Cleveland again missing.
Muitos erros de ataque do Cavs.
Here's McCollum. A quick shot there. It's off target.
Listen, we know the mid-range game is in this guy's arsenal, but you wonder, should he have moved to just one pass?
Chamorã de 3.
Outside. His 4th make in 5 tries. Solid start for him. NBA scoring has been climbing over the past decades, Grant. Is the league too offensive at the moment, do you think?
Well, we know that people like scoring, the fans, players, everyone, but
Time out,
there aren't hamstringing defenders too much. So I think allowing some more physicality and
o Duncan Robinson vai sair para Seth Curry, o irmão do Stephen Curry. Vamos ver se a gente toca umas bolinhas aí de 3 com ele.
Kevin Durant, he's checked in for New York. Tyrese Halliburton comes in for Paul. And the Cavaliers will go for a different look here. Rudy Gobert's checked in for Looney. Vanderbilt comes in for Hield. Curry, he's checked in for Robinson. And Darius Garland subbed in for Morant. Cleveland again missing. Outside Bogdanovich. Garland, the pass to Gobert. Now Curry, 6 to shoot. The three.
The three-pointer
goes.
Splash.
And the Cavaliers lead by 6.
Well, like it runs in the family, Seth Curry building a career on his aptitude from distance. And boy, oh boy, can he do some damage.
Vanderbilt, the pass to Bogdanovich. And
Bogdanovich para 2 pontos e a falta.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. So for the Knicks, DeAndre Ayton comes in for Clark, and Trey Murphy subbed in for Barnes. And that one falls for Bogdanovich. Well, Grant, one thing about this Knicks team, they have a clear identity.
Yeah, they have the mentality of their city, New York City, playing the game with passion and in-your-face attitude. And, of course, these Knicks leave it all out on the floor.
Well, DeAndre Ayton is a team-first guy, and boy, does he set up the open man.
Para 3 pontos.
They've been pretty lax with their perimeter defense, giving up a lot of three-pointers.
Outside Durant. McCollum on the wing. 35 seconds left in the first half. The Cavaliers lead by 10. Outside Curry. McCollum with a steal. It's 2-on-1. Halliburton for 3. Vanderbilt pulls it in. Vanderbilt's got 4 rebounds now. Here's Garland. Softly drops in the floater. Garland's got 5 now.
Boy, that's beautiful touch on the floater. And let's remember, not everyone has that shot in their arsenal.
And so it's Cleveland going into the break up 12. We hear teams talk about
Bogdanovich aí foi bem, meio do banco, contribuiu bastante aí.
All right, Allie's ready to go. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
I'm here alongside Tibbs, and Coach, you hang your hat on defense. How can you improve on that end of the floor in this season?
Well, we're having a hard time matching up with their threes. We have to do a much better job with our catch-and-shoot defense.
Good luck contesting in the second half.
Thank you, Allie. Good stuff. We will be right back after this break for the beginning of the third quarter.
Aí o show do intervalo. Errou.
Welcome to. Look, I know this is going off topic, but during the first half, we were doing some dribbling drills. So Kenny, as the point guard here. Now let's talk about that first half. What an impressive performance from the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Obviously, they've been locked in from range. Your confidence grows as each shot goes in. It becomes.
As bolas de 3 é sendo destaque
in the
também.
second half, though, they got to mix it up a little more because those who live by the 3, you know the rest.
And that's a wrap on halftime. Thanks for watching as we send you back to BA to call the second half.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Boy, Bogdanovich.
Aí o Chama, né?
I love how effortlessly
Nesse momento está descansando um pouco ali, né?
so easy for him.
Now let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Kevin Durant is out there with Trey Murphy. Then it's DeAndre Ayton. Then it's Halliburton. And it's McCollum at the 2 guard. That's Tom Thibodeau's 5 as we get going in the second half.
Splash!
Look at how composed Seth Curry is beyond the arc. Takes a shot like that and knows it's going in.
Here's Halliburton. Ooh, look at Halliburton using his length.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And, boy, that's a terrific start right there.
And now the Knicks on the break. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Halliburton's got his second basket on the night.
Yeah, this play is about the effort level of Tyrese Halliburton, running the floor to get that break. Well, they have the advantage, but you still feel like this guy needs to find a way to get himself going.
Doris, when we talk about young guards, few better than Darius Garland. What makes him great?
I think a few things, but I would start with the fact that he's a 3-level scorer. Knocks down the 3 with consistency, can get to his in-between, but also creative.
Nota bene.
The other thing I love, Brian, is that he defends with great intensity. Ayton uses his length to his advantage, no doubt.
Nota bene, vamos tirar ele.
Atkinson has called a timeout. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. Fields checked in for the Cavaliers. And a moment to check out the 2K leaderboard. Here were the best rebounders last season. Second is Rudy Gobert.
Simply put, he was terrific down low last year, owning the glass.
Here's Morant. Ooh, Morant battling inside.
Because of his ability to elevate and make adjustments in air, Morant has no trouble scoring inside.
McCollum outside. From 12 feet. It's rebounded by Cleveland. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points.
He just can't find a consistent way to score, and this team could certainly use it.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with
Aleluia,
Hey, Brian, well,
acertou.
Kevin Durant steadily climbing up the top 10 of the all-time scoring list. He said, I've been in the league for half of my life now. It's a blessing to be playing on this platform and doing what I love to do. I just want to continue to keep putting in good work and keep adding to what I already did.
One of the greats, Allie. Thank you.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at it.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Here's Morant. Morant!
Chama,
And tearing them to shreds tonight. You know, when a player as versatile as Morant starts going off, look out.
Here's Halliburton. And if they're going to make a move, this is a good time to start.
And there's still plenty of time, but they definitely don't want to let this game get too far out of hand.
From behind the arc. Offensive rebound. Great positioning on the putback.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
And so it's Morant who brings up the ball for the Cavaliers. The Lakers will be traveling in to face them after this one. That'll be the first of 2 games on their home court. And it's Connect missing. The Knicks have gotten 5 of 10 shots to go. For 3, McCollum. And the rebound goes to Cleveland.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
And he's just crushing them with plays like that. I mean, just continuing to pile it on.
You want to make sure your opponent knows they have absolutely 0 chance of a comeback. And nice finish by him.
3-pointer, Halliburton. The rebound by Garland. Cleveland leading by 13. To the left wing. The 3 is up. And it's New York with a rebound. Ayton's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. That's good from Durant on the assist from Halliburton. Durant's got 10.
I'll tell you, what a night. He has been efficient. He's been strong. Unfortunately, there's still
Que jogadaça de Amaré.
It's good.
Yeah, their defense is starting to wear down. That's 3 straight buckets at the rim.
The teardrop. And the rebound goes to Cleveland. Gobert's got 5 rebounds tonight. Over to the left wing. And here's Connect outside. And that's not going to go. And so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers in a good situation, up by 13 points to close the quarter. Their defensive efforts have paid off, effectively shutting down the opposing offense. Time for a quick break, then back to the action. And we take a listen in now to Tom Thibodeau on a recent huddle.
Defensively, we got to do a better job. You got to shut the paint down. You got to challenge shots.
Something Coach Tibbs always preaches. Defense, defense, defense.
It's his area of expertise, and he takes it very seriously.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. And Cleveland looking at who they've got to start the fourth. Rudy Gobert is out there with Buddy Hield. Then it's Darius Garland. Then there's Bogdan Bogdanovic. And it's Morant in at the point. Here's McCollum. And McCollum slams it in.
And he's not the tallest player on the court, but McCollum uses his quick burst to finish above the rim.
Garland scanning the floor. This one for 3. And it's New York with a rebound.
The perimeter game has failed him thus far. Hit 1 from range in the first half, but nothing since.
Halliburton against Garland. Here's Clark. Off the mark. Had a chance there to trim it to single digits. With the teardrop. Ooh, excellent D there from Barnes. With the step back from the arc. It's good. The assist that time from Paul. Paul's got 3 assists now in this one.
That's called working the catch-and-shoot game to perfection. Barnes on balance and on point with his shot mechanics.
Hield from outside. Sends it home from three-point land. And the Cavaliers lead by 11.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
And we'll have a timeout called by Tom Thibodeau. Coach clearly has something he wants to say to his team right now. For the Knicks, Ayton, he's checked in for Clark. Kevin Durant comes in for Barnes. And Trey Murphy subbed in for Chris Paul. Gallinari, he's checked in for the Cavs. Curry comes in for Garland. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Tom Thibodeau coaching his team during that last break. He did his best to light a fire under them, saying, we have to fight. Now is the moment to come out of this deficit swinging. Guys?
Okay, thank you, Allie.
And Morant can really fill it up, especially from these in-between areas.
Here's Durant. Falls back and drains a fadeaway J.
You know, being that wide open sometimes leads to a miss, but that fadeaway was money.
And here's Curry for 3. And Cleveland another 3.
Woo! That man is laser focused. Now, that's bad defense for a team that has a long way to go to catch up.
Well, credit the offense, though. If you're going to come with casual defensive effort, this team's responsibility is to take advantage, and they do.
And it's Hield missing. Knicks trail by 14. Pass to Durant. Beyond the arc. Down it goes. And a great assist by Halliburton. Halliburton's got 4 assists now tonight. Halliburton against Morant. Outside Bogdanovic. And the Cavaliers.
Bogdanovic.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And right now, Greg, he is doing a great job delivering for this team. Productive and efficient.
That one's good for 2. Durant's got 7 points here in the quarter.
Kevin Durant has absorbed a big-time scoring role everywhere he's been. This guy is so special offensively.
And Kenny Atkinson has called a timeout. He was quite emphatic, demanding the timeout, clearly wanting to address strategy with his team. And a new group getting ready for the Cavaliers. Looney's checked in for Gallinari. Caldwell Pope comes in for Hield. Connects checked in for Curry. And Garland is subbed in for Bogdanovic. Throws it up high. And Looney
Watch out area.
You could just see how in sync they were there.
That's what it takes to pull that off. Now here's Durant. 1:16 left in the fourth quarter. Lets the 3 fly. Looney grabs a miss. The Cavaliers lead by 14.
And they had an advantage tonight. Came out sharp and did what was needed. Nice win here for the Cavaliers.
In today's game, you need to shoot it well from three. That was the difference maker.
Exactly. And the defense didn't rotate out quickly enough to disrupt their shooters.
And they'll chalk this up as their third win of the year.
It's just the start of this season series with 3 games left between them, but it must feel great to take the first meeting.
And what a huge performance it was for Ja Morant.
Efficient productivity. You love what this guy has given to you on the offensive end.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Looney, a screen on 8.
Morant!
Ja Morant!
And they knew it wasn't going to be easy to win on the road, but they've controlled the pace on this one.
And sometimes when everyone's rooting against you, it seems to bring the unit closer together. It certainly did tonight.
No debate there. He got hammered.
He hits the first one, and that brings him within 10. He's off on the free throw, unable to get the second one to drop. Here's Garland. Right through the D for the layup.
Garner hoje não jogou nada não, né? Hoje só deu Ja Morant.
And so Cleveland takes this one by a big margin. Exceptional effort on the road. They were ready and they were focused.
Focused indeed. I mean, it
É
takes
isso,
a
vitória
strong
para
mental approach to block out the
nós.
distractions. These guys stepped up 100%.
And that'll do it, folks. For Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, and all of our crew, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching this
Jogador do jogo, Ja Morant.
presentation of the NBA. And now let's take a look at our player of the game, Ja Morant.
Aí, 20 pontos, Ja Morant. Maior pontuador aí do time. Bogdanovic, 17. Jogou muito bem. Matou muitas bolas ali de 3 ali. 7 Curry matou ali 3 bolas de 3 também. Ele tem um aproveito excelente nas bolas de 3. Agora esse aqui ficou abaixo, né? Darius Garland. Joga muito, mas hoje o Ja Morant assumiu a responsabilidade e ditou o ritmo aí do jogo. Agora esse Dalton Kenneth, eu gosto de jogar com ele, mas assim, eu mais erro bolas de cesta de 3 com ele do que acerto, mas eu gosto de sempre ter ele no time para matar umas bolinhas de 3. E aí o resto aí da equipe aqui eu não uso muito esses jogadores aqui não. Então é isso, até a próxima.